In the greenhouse today, I wanted to share with you some things that I do to make gardening easier, make it more enjoyable and make it faster than just slaving away in the garden. It makes it a lot more fun for me. So one of the things is Andrew put on these automatic window openers and enclosed depending on the weather. So when it's cold, they're fully closed. And when it's warm like now, they open. And so I have 3 openers on that side and 3 openers on this side, so it gives some cross ventilation. Another thing that we put in the greenhouse is this automatic fan that's on a thermostat. And it goes up, it's just electric, and then that turns on and off when it's hot. One of the best things we did was run our beds in a straight line and put concrete in the middle. It was expensive in the beginning, but it's made gardening so wonderful and pleasant, not having fire ants biting your feet. Put siding to help hold the dirt in. I love this chair. It's a auto mechanics chair and it's got wheels. I've had it now for 3 years and it looks the same as new. Anyway, it's got this tray on the bottom and I can put shovel, gloves, some of my fish fertilizer, and then your plant that you're fixing to plant. So you sit on here and this goes up and down, and it's the perfect height. So when you sit on it, see, I'm right by the garden ready to plant. And then underneath me is all the stuff I need. And then to go with that, since we're on concrete, this is like my favorite trolley ever. And I actually got this trolley when we had mulch, you can pull this on grass and on mulch. It's I use it for gardening. It's there it is right there, 500-pound capacity. I've used this for like 6 years now and it still looks good as new. So I put one bin for scraps that you pull up from the garden to compost to give to the chickens, and then one bin's for trash, and then I've got my natural fertilizer, fish fertilizer stuff, I've got my worm casting bag, I've got a spot for seeds in my phone, I've got a spot for my water, it even has a spot for the shovels, and then this big spot here on top is where I can work with, like, if I have bulbs to plant or if I have transplants to do, they go up here. And then you can put all of your equipment and stuff on here. So I have like all my markers and my pens. These are my favorite pens, by the way. They don't fade in the sun, and they also last for years. That brand is the best. Anyway, so I've got all my clippers, gloves, and shovels there. Easy to access. Anyway, that's the little trolley. It's the best little thing ever. So I use that for supplies, and then that in combination with this cart. So sometimes when you have a lot of stuff to pull out of the garden, I use this. And this is great because this here can go over the hitch on your like mules or your ATVs. You can pull this and see it can dump, which is really, really, really nice. And it's very big and it has a great turning radius. So at first I thought it was too big, but I actually love the size now. I accidentally got one that I thought was too big, but I would totally buy this again and again. It's been the best garden cart ever. And you can put a lot of stuff in there. So we're here in the garden. We're gonna start planting for the spring, summer, early. Texas, we had 2 really bad freezes and they killed really bad. And we don't normally go so low, so we weren't really prepared for it. We lost a lot of things in the garden. And we lost a lot of things even in the greenhouse, even though we have a heater, because we lost electricity, so the heater stopped working. But it is March 8, and we're going to start early because usually it's the middle of March is our last freeze, but I have this feeling we're going to take a chance and we're going to plant all of the tender stuff early. So we're going to do the peppers and some tomatoes, which all that stuff you don't want to plant until after the frost. Your chance of last frost, which we really have another week or 2, but we're gonna cross our fingers, and if we get a frost, then we'll cover it all. But we actually found a bunch of different heirloom tomatoes, which was really neat, which was really surprising. German Queen.
This is a Snackabelle.
You wanna take it to your garden? Show us your garden, what you have.
Wait,
so
do I need
far.
a shovel?
Yesterday, got some kale planted.
And I have a bunny that eats it.
You eat kale?
Yeah.
Good job.
And this is my hibiscus because I'm scared that one's gonna die.
I filled my
And
water.
this one,
Oh yeah, you have hibiscuses that hopefully they'll come back.
I don't
after
think
the
this one's
freeze.
gonna
I filled my watering
What do you-
can up,
what do you
and
do
then
with
I
your
put it on
watering
my
can?
chair
So then when
We show us your technique for how you water.
So then when I need to water my plants, and I don't want to have to go all the way there, and then I have some here and it's filled up with water.
Yeah. Is this your garden?
Yeah.
What do you have in your garden?
I have this that's about to bloom.
Yeah. Everything's kind of dormant right now. It's gonna all bloom within the next couple weeks. Tell me about your watering technique there. You fill up the water thing, but it's so heavy you can't carry it.
Yeah.
So you put it
We
on.
got some cabbage.
Yeah.
And we got some all these flowers. This is a Snackabelle
Yeah.
pepper. It's really funny.
We
Well,
put
first-
the fertilizer in the bottom. It's
first-
like a natural fertilizer. It kind of stinks. Its base is like fish. And for like tomatoes and peppers, things that are heavy feeders, we put fertilizer in the bottom.
And it makes them, and they also love ashes and coffee grain.
Yeah, we put
Oh.
ashes in our coffee
So
grounds
there's
in
some
the garden.
ashes right there.
Oh yeah, from the fireplace. Looks really nice.
And
You just
middle of
spread
the-
it around.
We've just been spreading it. And then here's some fertilizer. Mommy,
It's a natural one.
that I can plant
Yeah. Give me a minute. So
that.
you put a little bit in the bottom.
Yeah, that's right. And then here's the pepper.
But it's kind of the secret to big peppers and lots of tomatoes, because they're heavy feeders.
Oi.
And
That
we've done we put eggs underneath there before, but I like this fertilizer the best.
And then you cover it up with the dirt. There's one way you can do it. You put the dirt in here, and then you'll have enough dirt to fill it up. And then you'll know the hole's deep enough. But I like to keep digging.
There we go.
In there. And then you have anything I can plant?
This is another part of the garden that's fun. I put a bee bath and I use it, well, it's a bird bath. I use it for bees. I call it a bee bath. Although the birds do use it. And I get pretty rocks to put in there because the bees really like to land on the rocks so they don't drown. And they drink from the rocks and then they can get off and dry themselves off if they accidentally get wet. And then my other trick is I bought this thing here. I don't know what that is. It's a bird dripper. And I have it on low drip. And it winds around and it goes in, and it's just one of those little punch hole things into the irrigation line, and it's just a little punch hole, and you push this in there and that's it. And you can turn it on and off, so if you don't want to use it sometime you can turn it off there.